It's Vikram Veda,
There's Vikram Veda.
and then there's Monica.
Right.
And this year I didn't sign anything. Now
Okay.
I've signed 3 projects for next year.
Right. Okay.
Shabdaram is coming in October.
Right.
Oh, the entire Indian cast was replaced because when we shot 2 episodes. So basically, there are 2 films. One film I had done called Ghomalas Lahava with Sumitra Bhave. My mother actually backed me in this. I'm so grateful to her. She really, really backed me. She wanted to be an actor. She had to become a doctor. So she supported me. Hi, this is Radhika Apte and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
What do you have to say about intimacy coordinator? This, I mean,
Right.
it's such a thing now that everybody will have it. Did you have it when you did Past and the wedding guest, or would you do you approve of this? You would be comfortable with it?
I've never had an intimacy coordinator, sorry. But I think that's great.
Yeah.
We absolutely need it.
Okay.
People do get exploited. And to be honest with you, people who exploit don't necessarily do it with intention either. What I mean to say is that it's in our DNA.
Right.
Like, so the awareness that is required is not just women or men who are victims need awareness. The people who are exploiting also need awareness in the sense that they also need to understand that their actions are wrong. Because I was in a situation once where I was told to do something under so much pressure, and I said I'd do it because I did agree with the vision. And I did agree that that was necessary. So I did it. And I didn't even think about the fact that how it was done was wrong. And my agents lost it. And they were like, this is not okay. And the director was so scared. He called me and he said, I'm really sorry. I literally didn't mean that. And I said, I know you didn't mean that. But now that they're telling me, I understand how wrong it was. So I wasn't aware that this is not okay. And he wasn't not aware that this is not okay. But the funny thing is, if I had heard this as a story, that it happened to somebody, I would have been like,
wrong, right?
I would be like, that's wrong. It's such a fine line. You have to. I mean, sometimes it's just not fine line. It's very, very, very obvious. But I just feel like we all need awareness. And I think during Me Too, a lot of fingers were pointed, and people were taking very two different polarizing stance. Like some people were like, nobody should work with these people, and everything should be cancelled out. And they are accomplices, and they are this thing. I think we're all accomplices, to be very honest with you. I think we need to learn. That's all we can do.
Right.
And I mean, I think we all need awareness.
Sure.
So
when you say your management told you and made you realize this was, you all realized after it was done and you all watched it and realized?
No. They just found out what had happened from the set, and they were like, this cannot happen.
Okay.
This absolutely cannot happen.
Right.
And
so you would be comfortable with someone who's a professional in the intimacy coordinator?
Very, very. And I think the reason I didn't realize that is because in India also, with the conditions we've worked with, I mean now it's much better, but earlier the conditions we've worked with, you just make do with things. And also as women, I'm sure as men as well, but you're not treated very well. So there's a tendency that develops where you want to please your director.
Right.
Not necessarily sexually at all, but just want to please them. And I'm just a bit tired of it. So now when I get calls like, he really wants you or she really wants you, but do it as a favor, I go like, no, you're making loads of money and I'm done. I want this to be treated as a profession.
Absolutely. In fact, it's for the past few days, for some reason, I have been, because of the releases, I've been interviewing actresses from the 90s, Madhuri and Aisha Julka, and they tell me, in fact, there was no concept of a bound script. They never even got a script. He said, forget about monitor, forget about the luxury of a vanity van. So do you think at least this generation has a lot of things with them and social media to speak out?
Yes, 100%. I mean, there's much more awareness. The world's become and people are scared now because everything can be out. Not just social media, camera.
Right.
Like, it can be recorded. Having said that, I have still heard horror stories on sets recently, actually, from younger generation also. So, point is, see, this is a demon we all carry.
Right.
It's not going to vanish. We have to find a way to spread awareness, be aware, be more attentive of how we can deal with this, I think.
Right. Radhika, when you started out, who were the people who completely backed you, and family, friends that, yeah, go become an actor?
My mother actually backed me in this. I'm so grateful to her. She really, really backed me. She wanted to be an actor. She had to become a doctor. So she supported me. Friends are always supportive, I think, my close friends.
Right.
So.
And rest of the family, friends, did someone think that you should not do this?
Yeah, my dad thought I shouldn't do that. He still thinks I shouldn't do that. But he's very excited about me trying to write or me trying to make things. Because, I mean, I hate to admit it. If he ever watches it, he never watches my interviews, but his friends sometimes send things to him. So he's partially right. I see where he comes from, because he always used to think that you're not using your brain, and you are fairly intelligent person, and you're wasting your aptitude of whatever. And I was like, no, actually filmmaking does require brain. But the truth is that as an actor, you're so dependent on what you get. And most of the time as an actor goes in pleasing other people, getting into their circles, showing your face, being relevant, being popular. And I'm done with that. Actually, last 2-3 years I've decided I'm done. I cannot do it anymore. So if I get work, great. If I don't get work, that's okay. And also I'm very picky now on what I choose. Anyway, coming back to my dad, he does have a little bit of point. There's certain roles you get which are so good that you have to put your heart, your brain, everything to make it come to life. But the frequency of those roles is very less. And so I'm trying to figure out something else.
Is there anything that he thought was amazing, that you've done such incredible work, we are such fans, did you tell your dad, watch this one?
Actually, my first film, my first 2 films released, I mean, I'm not thinking of Rakta Charitra here and Shore in the City actually, because they both came before, I forget. So basically there are 2 films. One film I had done called Gho Malas Lahava with Sumitra Bhave, and with Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary had done this film called Ontohin, which was a Bengali film. And they both released on the same day. And my dad saw the Konkani one, and that's when he had called me and said that I really am so proud of you, it's so good.
Wow.
So that's what he said, but then he changes his mind all the time.
Right. So just to tell the viewers, where will they see you next? There's Monica, there's
Vikram Veda, and then there's Monica. And this year I didn't sign anything. Now I've signed 3 projects for next year. But I'm taking it slow.
Undercover. There's
That's
Undercover.
Yeah.
And you will also be seen in Shantaram.
No, Shantaram is coming in October. The entire Indian cast was replaced because when we shot 2 episodes, but when COVID happened, they had to shoot they have to shift the entire shoot to Melbourne. And the government there refused to have any Indians.
Oh my God, how sad is that?
How funny, in COVID times we all...
And by Shantaram, like people from here should definitely be there.
Hi, this is Radhika Apte and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.